Your
Black residents seek solutions to violence, food insecurity. How the hell they get that? Out of what we was doing this Saturday at the Hovey Street Church. Oh boy, y'all here with me, huh? You know, y'all better buckle up. Cause I'm getting ready to talk about how the system likes to misread and misinterpret that which we doing. And the system ain't worth a quarter. But you know how the system likes to misread, that I don't have. But one question for you.
You are about to witness one of the most honest shows today. Mmoja, Ajabu!
You ready? Welcome. For those who don't know, you're listening to After Naked Truth. I am your host, Elder Mmoja Ajabu. This program is dedicated to stripping the clothes off of well-dressed lies, and there's a bunch of well-dressed lies running around here. This is one of them. Black Residents Seek Solutions to Violence, Food Insecurity, written by Alexandra Burris in the Indianapolis Star. What is the date of this thing? December 20th, 2021. We had a summit at Hovey Street Church, 2338 Hovey Street. Give me that flyer, Slick. At that summit, our goal was to come together and bring organizations together because we wanted to neutralize the goals of the FBI directors, and I can't even think of Hoover, O.J. Edgar, or Gay Edgar, because he liked to run around in them clothes, them female clothes. His name was Jay, but he was gay. So Gay Edgar Hoover had some goals, and one of the goals was to make sure that Black Power organizations did not come and unify. And he said if we can keep Black organizations, Black Power organizations from unifying, then we can always continue to oppress them, and they will accept the oppression equally. So we had a summit to bring all that together. And the reporter, Miss Burris, and she's a sister. She done wrote this thing about Black residents seek solutions to violence and food. No, that wasn't what we were doing. We discussed that, but the goal was to bring organizations together so that we could push together because we have a common enemy. This system is a common enemy. And so we had Elder Rush there, president of the non-denominational ministerial alliance. We had Thomas Brown, the son of Amos Brown, who was the son of Amos Brown, the son of Andrew Brown, who was a high official in the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. We had all kinds of Black Panthers. We even had Elaine Brown, who's the only woman that actually led the Black Panthers, was there. The Nation of Islam, Nuri Muhammad, representing Minister Farrakhan. We were in the house. In fact, bring that up, that flyer up. Chief Latava, Mbilla Django. Y'all help me, sometimes my tongue gets twisted. But see, they be talking about, well, they was over there with them guns. Don't worry about my gun. Worry about the words shooting off my tongue. We getting ready to get busy here. Today, I want to talk about, did you show that flyer?
Yes.
Okay. Today, I want to talk about a man that was sentenced to 1,823 years in prison, and now they're going to set him free. He was in Virginia, and he and 3 other people pulled off a burglary of a house. The person that set it up was a white boy. The white boy got the less time of anybody. The NAACP, or let me say, Lawrence Stevens was a homeless restaurant worker and only 18 years old in 2001. He and several others pulled off a home invasion robbery in the Seaford section of York County, Virginia. According to his attorney, no shots were fired and no one was injured. The Hampton man and several others were arrested and tried in court, but the sentence York County Judge Prentice Smiley Jr. handed down to Stevens defied sentencing guidelines by hundreds of years. Yeah. What? The sentencing guidelines said that this man of African descent, 18-year-old child, was supposed to get 10 years at maximum, and this judge gave him 1,823 years. This is the kind of system that we're dealing with, and it even got even worse. The lawyer revealed inadequate representation from the prosecution and the defense. She wrote, "I was especially alarmed to read that the prosecutor was not even sure of all of the full scope of the role that Mr. Stevens played, the 18-year-old, during the acts in question, apart from the role played by his co-defendants." She, as the lawyer for the NAACP, filed a suit to get him free. She said, for example, the white mastermind of the crime, Paul Melendrez, got 10 years. 17-year-old Darnell Nolan, who is black, got 35 years, and Stevens got an off-the-chart sentence of 1,823 years. When I read that, it reminded me so much of my son that I almost cried. My son, as y'all know, right there, he was with 2 other people. Went to the house, and when they left, 3 people dead. The scientific evidence states clearly, found the killing, there was no way for blood not to be on him because they cut the arteries in the big artery in the neck, and that blood would have been spraying everywhere. You couldn't have been close in the area and blood not be on you. Yet and still, they convicted my son of murder. And people speculate, and I don't think that the speculation is far from the truth, is because they was trying to shut up the commander of the Black Panther militia, who was his father. They politicized justice to try to shut down a man who had a gun, but they was more concerned about the words coming off his tongue. I'm telling y'all, I'm unbought, unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt naked truth. And just like here, they say that this boy's lawyer actually was working with the prosecutor to convict him. The same situation happened with my son. I'm telling you, I'm telling it. Ken Roberts signed an affidavit that said that he was ineffective. He gave my son ineffective assistance of counsel. Yeah, I'm talking about Roberts and Bishop, right down there on, what is that, 151 Market Street. He signed an affidavit. In fact, told me to help to write up the affidavit, had his secretary type it up, and stated that because he gave my son ineffective assistance of counsel, that he should be turned loose. When it came time for Ken to testify, he got on the stands and looked at the affidavit. The lawyer said, have you seen that before? No. Now this is after he done told his secretary to print it out. No. He says, got my son doing 240 years, and even to look at that, the judge gave him life without parole. When the case got appealed to the Indiana Supreme Court, the Indiana Supreme Court said, well, there's no evidence that that boy killed anybody. So you can't give him life without parole. So the judge says, okay, I won't give him life without parole. I'll just give him 240 years. A rose by any other name is still a rose. If you get 240 years, you're eligible for parole at 100 after you done 120. Well, when he went 20, that means that he's eligible for parole at 140. He'd be at the age of 140. Who you know like that? Methuselah been gone. And see, I call them people, them white people who do that kind of thing, I call them crackers. Now, I ain't talking about all white folks, but people that do that kind of stuff, I call them crackers. I'm telling you, the people that assassinated Jesus, Romans, them was crackers. They assassinated the man that was supposed to be coming here, liberating us from all of this oppression. They killed him. I'm talking about crackers. Yogi, you know a cracker when you see a cracker, don't you? I'm talking about crackers. The people that killed Jesus were crackers. And now they are so sophisticated that they got us thinking that he's going to come back and straighten all this stuff out. And that's not true. Ajabu, why you keep saying that? Because I'm unbossed, and unafraid, and I got the reference. Go to the book. Matthew 16th chapter, verses 27 and 28. Go to the book. Jesus told the people that was listening to him that some of them will not be done experienced that by the time he done came back. Well, this is 2021. He was saying that hung him on the cross, they are crackers. So we don't need to be looking for Jesus to come back. He done came. And so those crackers still got my son locked up. But his lawyer was a man of African descent. So he wasn't a cracker, he was a graham cracker. He was a cracker with melanin. And he got on the stand lying about him signing that affidavit, actually generating that affidavit, and I'm calling his name Ken Roberts. I'm telling you, I'm unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt naked truth. Don't worry about me coming from the gun on the hip. Worry about the words coming from my lip. I'm telling you that it is time for us to stop looking for a pie in the sky. Jesus coming back again. No. The responsibility of our freedom is on us. And that doesn't mean that we can't learn from Jesus. Jesus came here to free us, and they killed him before he got it done. They done the same thing with Martin Luther King. When Martin Luther King was organizing to go to Washington, D.C., he got checked, they killed him before he got there. And they crack us. And again, I'm not talking about all white folks. If you don't behave like that, if you don't believe like that, then don't buy into that definition. But if you do, you ain't nothing but a cracker. Along with the police and they backers. Curtis Mayfield said, don't worry. Don't worry. If there's hell below, we all gonna go. But I'm trying to straighten up. It's hard. But I'm straighten up. Because I don't want to be in hell with them crackers. Nor the police and they backers. I'm trying to get with Jesus. Jesus is gonna come back. When Jesus comes back, it's gonna be all right. Lying! I'm telling you, go to the book. Jesus said, Matthew 16, verses 27, 28, that the people listening to him would not have experienced that, not all of them, before he came back. That was 10 days before they hung him on the cross. It's a good chance that those people, in fact, it's a good chance that none of those people had died within the 10 days of Jesus telling them that. But 2,021 years later, it's a good bet. I mean, it's an absolute bet that all of them did. So if a preacher is not teaching you right, how can he be preaching right? He's helping in the oppression of our people because he in the pulpit lying in the name of the Lord. It's time for it to stop. And I told y'all, if you can't stand the truth, sit yourself elsewhere. Don't worry about the bullets coming from my gun. Worry about the words coming from my tongue. I'm telling you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt naked truth. And not only do I question preachers and their congregation,